The sun was sinking behind the hills when I turned off the highway and pulled into the rest stop. It had been a long drive back from Utah, and my legs felt stiff from sitting so long. I stretched as soon as I got out, breathing in the crisp evening air. It was late February, and even though California was starting to warm up, a strange winter breeze lingered in the wind. My job had taken me all over the Southwest for the past 3 months. I was exhausted, lonely, and honestly ready to see something familiar again. Home was 3 more hours away, and I planned to make it in one trip. But the moment I stepped out of that car, everything changed. I wasn't alone. There was someone sitting on the bench near the vending machines. A girl. Early 20s maybe. Long black hair tied loosely behind her head. A backpack at her feet. She looked so still, so quiet, like she'd been waiting for something she couldn't name. I didn't think much of it at first. People resting at rest stops wasn't unusual. But something about her eyes, dark, tired, watching the parking lot like she expected something to happen, pulled me in. I tried to ignore it. I stretched, cracked my neck, and walked back to my car. Then I heard her voice. "Excuse me?" I turned. She was looking at me with a hopeful, hesitant expression. The kind of look people get when they want to ask for help but aren't sure if they should. "Yeah," I replied. "Do you know if there's a bus that comes through here?" I shook my head. "Not at this hour. Last one passed about 2 hours ago." She let out a breath, sad, frustrated, like she already knew the answer. "That's what I thought," she murmured. Something inside me tugged. I wasn't the type to talk to strangers. Especially at night. But the fear in her eyes didn't look like someone suspicious. It looked like someone stuck. "You stuck here?" I asked. She hesitated, then nodded. "I was supposed to get a ride. But plans fell apart." "That's rough." She forced a smile that didn't fit her eyes. "Yeah. Happens." I didn't know it yet, but from that moment forward, my life wasn't going to be the same. I leaned against my car, trying to decide whether it made sense to keep talking or get going. But something about her, something quiet and wounded, kept me there. "Where were you trying to go?" I asked. "Fresno," she said. "My aunt lives there." "That's on my way." Her head snapped up. "It is?" I nodded. "I'm headed to Stockton. Fresno's almost right along the route." She looked at me, suspicion mixing with relief. "You're not, like a weird guy, right?" I laughed. "If I was, I wouldn't admit it." She cracked a small smile. "Fair point." There was silence between us, heavy, thoughtful silence. I knew what she was trying to decide. Whether to trust a stranger. Whether being stuck here overnight was safer. People always say you shouldn't take rides from strangers. I get that. But sometimes, life doesn't give you clean options. Finally, softly, she said. "Can you give me a ride? Just to the city limits." "Sure," I replied. Her shoulders sagged with relief. She picked up her backpack and followed me toward the car. And that's when I made the joke that started everything. As she looked inside the back seat, a mess of clothes, blankets, snack wrappers, I said. "There's a sleeping space in the back if you get tired. It fits both of us." Just a stupid joke. Something harmless. Something light to break the tension. But she froze. Not smiling. Not shy. Just frozen. Then she looked at me with an expression I'll never forget. "That's the problem," she whispered. "It fits both of us." Her reply stopped me cold. Because the way she said it. The fear in her voice. The sadness behind the words. It didn't match the joke. It matched something much deeper. Something painful. something she wasn't ready to talk about. And suddenly, the night felt colder. For the first 20 minutes of the drive, neither of us talked. She kept staring out the window, clutching her backpack like a shield. I kept replaying what she said in my head. That's the problem, it fits both of us. What did that even mean? Was she scared of men? Did something happen? Was I accidentally reminding her of something traumatic? Finally, I broke the silence. You okay? She smiled faintly. I'm not great at accepting rides. Or jokes. That wasn't a serious joke, I said. I know. But still. She took a breath. People have said worse things to me. I didn't push. But she noticed my confusion anyway. So what you said, it reminded me of someone I trusted once, she said quietly. Someone who used the same kind of humor, before showing who he really was. My hands tightened on the wheel. Your ex? She nodded. Yeah. I didn't know what to say. I wasn't trying to pry. But she looked like she needed the words to finally leave her. He used to joke that there was always space for both of us. Even when I didn't want to be near him. Even when he knew I was uncomfortable. She swallowed. Jokes stop being jokes when someone turns them into weapons. The pain in her voice shook me. I'd met her less than an hour ago, and already I felt protective. Not romantically. Not like that. Just, protective in a human way. Nobody deserved that kind of fear. Hey, I said softly. Nothing like that's happening here. You're safe. I promise. She looked at me, really looked, and something inside her softened. Thank you. 2 hours into the drive, she opened up more. Her name was Elena. She had left an unstable home at 18. She'd worked 2 jobs in Nevada. And she'd finally saved up enough to start over in California with her aunt. But on the way, her ride bailed. A guy she thought was a friend. A guy who had other expectations. She refused. He left her at the rest stop. That's why I got scared when you joked about the back seat, she said. It felt like déjà vu. That's not who I am, I said. I know, she replied. Now I know. Then she laughed softly, almost embarrassed. You won't believe this, but I'm actually not scared of the dark, or of being alone. I'm scared of enclosed spaces with people I don't fully trust. Like cars? I asked. She nodded. Especially cars. But you trusted me? I didn't, she said honestly. Not at first. But your eyes didn't look like his. And your voice didn't sound like you wanted anything. Funny thing is, kindness has become so rare that people don't even recognize it without suspicion. At some point during the drive, rain started falling. Hard. Visibility dropped to nearly 0. Looks like we're stopping, I said. We pulled into a roadside motel, small, cheap, half-lit. The kind where the bed creaks and the vending machine never works. I didn't care. I just knew the freeway was too dangerous. I'll sleep in the car, I said immediately. You take the room. Her eyes widened. Wait, no. I can't let you do that. I'm not letting you sleep outside in the cold. She looked torn. Like accepting the room meant accepting charity she didn't feel she deserved. That doesn't feel right, she said. What if we both take the room? 2 beds. There's only one, I said. She hesitated. Then something brave sparked in her eyes. I trust you, she whispered. I didn't know why that hit me so hard. We got the room. I slept on the floor. She slept on the bed. And for the first time in months, she slept peacefully. Around 3 a.m., I woke up to her crying softly. Not